This is Mike from Junkie on Crafts and Builds, and today we're doing an impressions and unboxing of Valaverse Action Force Series 3.1 Gemini. Now, we have Series 4 coming right around the corner, and I had bought a lot of these figures from Valaverse, and I just hadn't had the time to get around to start looking at things. So before the next wave comes in, I wanted to take a moment and just kind of look at what we have here and where we're going. Series 3 was an all-female wave, and it was very successful. So one of the standouts, besides Eclipse and Kill Switch, and of course Pandora, is Gemini. She was the next hero figure that came out for 3.1. So we have her here, and I just want to kind of give her a once-over. So here we have the front of the box again with the window packaging, and this is going to be the last series that comes in a windowed box. Series 4 is going to be on blister cards. Deluxe figures will still be in a box, but this is the last hoorah of having this windowed box. And for those that are mint and box collectors, I'm sorry, things are going to be changing. Everything's for the better, right? Because the figures are actually going to be cheaper for us. So as we look around on the side here, again, it's the typical Action Force. With Series 3, we had this maroon going up to the black on both sides. We have Gemini here, a nice drawing of her. She is the 5th figure in the series. And here we have the back showing this nice render of Gemini, as well as her bio card, which I will zoom in here on so you can take a minute and look at it. So here's her bio card. And again, she's from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, so it's near and dear to my heart because I grew up nearby that city. Again, she is a combat engineer and a psychological operations specialist. As you can see, she was always in the books, but there have been events that have set her off and basically put her in a different mindset, and that's where her skills come into play. She flips a switch, and she can start going after all the swarm. Really a kind of duality in approaches with this figure. So that's it for the box. Let's get her out and look at the figure. And here we have Gemini out of her package. Like the rest of the Series 3 females, she looks really, really good. What we do have here is a very decisive sculpt amongst the Valaverse fans in regards to Gemini's face. She is presented here in a more emotive facial expression, a sneer kind of growling face. And some fans are a little put off by that, but I have no doubt that, like we've seen with the upgrade kits for Kill Switch, Pandora, and Eclipse, we will see an upgrade kit for Gemini as well. So let's just get in a little closer here on her. And again, we're going to start off with her face, and I don't think it's that bad at all. I really do like it. The pigtails are a nice touch, and they are nicely sculpted. You know, again, with the plastic, they do kind of stick up on their own, but you know, that's better than some of the other characters we've ever received from, whether it's Hasbro or whatever, that have like long flowing hair and then there's zero articulation. That's not the case with her. And again, the pigtails go all the way around to the back here, so that's really cool. We'll probably do articulation here at the same time. Because of that, in her ball hinge, she can look up really far. She can look down very far. And again, we got 360. And she can cop a little bit of an attitude. Nicely done. We will see a new neck articulation within Series 5, but that's further down the road. Moving on with Gemini, we see that she is a shirtless she has a shirtless body here and sharing the same buck as Pandora. And I don't mind that at all. I think the body here is pretty athletic. We do see a little bit of sculpting here on the shoulder blades, as well as across the chest. One thing of note is she does have a Gemini tattoo on her neck, and we'll see a little bit better once I take the vest off. But yeah, it would have been a little better being a touch higher, similar to what we kind of had with Pandora, and the way her tattoos were laid out. But overall, you can't complain. It's the same tattoo that's here on her emblem on her vest, beside the Action Force symbol here. She has her blue carabiner. Again, the pigtails, one thing to know is a little green here on the end, keeping them in place. So articulation is standard fare for Valaverse. We can hit that T-pose fairly easily. We have a bicep rotation here. We do not have butterfly joints in the females, but the way that the arms are sculpted, you can bring her arms across center mass. We have pinless double jointed elbows that give you a good range. And we have wrist rotation. And with the default trigger hands, we have vertical up and down. Again, standard fare, what we've seen before with all Valaverse figures at this point. Waist swivel. All right, we do have some upper torso rotation, but because of the vest, it's hindered. So we'll move on down. So again, we have here for the lower body, we have our tactical belt that holds our nice sheath in the back. And again, this is a really nice color green. We have a little bit of weathering here on the kneecaps, as well as the thigh guards inside here are nicely decoed in black. And of course, we can do a full split with the drop downs. We can go up that far, back that far, thigh swivel. We have our pinless double jointed knees, which are a little stiff on her. For the record, I have not heated her up, but she has been in the house for a while, so I mean it's just natural warmth, especially with me manipulating her as well. So again, a little bit of proportions with her lower leg and her upper leg. That's something that has been commonly said with Series 3, but I think that with the way that people can pose her and stuff, it's all right. We go down to the boots. We have this nice kind of grayish blue color here. Well, again, weathering on the shin guard here. But we have boot cut, and we have our ankle pivot down, ankle pivot up, and our rotation. So again, standard fare articulation for our Valaverse females. So moving on to accessories, again, a lot of the stuff we see, we've had over and over and over again ad nauseum, so we're just going to kind of go through this pretty quick. We have our sidearm, which is our Maxim 9, the standard tried and true and somewhat overused handgun within this series, and she can hold it well enough. Again, a common criticism is that this handgun is a little large for her. In my opinion, I am kind of indifferent on it, but I can definitely see where people can make that distinction. And again, it's all painted in a grayish blue deco with some black accents, and it will fit in the drop-down holster just like normal. Our next accessory is one where we have been seeing since the beginning of the series, and that is this little short blade. We have it as painted here black for the blade, and then this grayish blue for the handle grip. And of course, that slides into the nice sheath in the back of the tactical belt, like so. And it wouldn't be Valaverse without talking about hand options. And again, we've seen these all before. We've got our open palms, we've got our fists, and we have our C-grips, as well as the default trigger hands. For Gemini's final accessory, we have our nicely painted green assault rifle here. We first saw this in the Joe Fest exclusive Warpath Eclipse. And again, it's really nice. Like I said, painted in this dark green with kind of a grayish black accents across here. And again, we have one of 3 removable magazines. So again, always nice. Steadfast from Valaverse in regards to what they provide us. And of course, it fits in her hand perfectly, and with a Valaverse blast effect fitting into the barrel, she looks like she's ready for action. Looks really good. I like the color complement. So yeah, not a bad addition to the series at all. So final impressions of the Valaverse Action Force Series 3.1 Gemini. She's a great addition to the wave. And as you can see, a lot of the parts we've seen before, as well as other accessories. But I think what makes her stand out is her color scheme and the expression and sculpt of her face. It's really marked as a difference between the other figures we received at this point. minus those that come in the upgrade kits for Eclipse, Killswitch, and Pandora. So is she worth it? If you're going full in on this wave and you need another hero figure, I think she is. I think the weapons, as always, are top-notch. The deco and paint on her, great. Yeah, the series has had some issues in regards to some of the joints, but knock on wood, I have not had an issue with any of my females at this point. So I'm happy to have her on board. I'm sure I will get another one of these bucks, because the black tank top and the dark green just call for some more customization. So that's it right now. I appreciate everyone for watching. I want to try to get this figure out, because we got Series 4 coming in a couple weeks, and that means more videos, more chances to see some new stuff here from Valaverse. Winter is coming, so to speak, so definitely want to get some Steel Brigade next to Snow Job and fighting some snow serpents. But until then, everyone, like I said, thanks for watching, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.